Listen. We're in the Champions League. We're in the Champions League. Finishing top 3. We're in the Champions League. Where's Liverpool? Not there. Where's Chelsea? Not there. Where's Spurs? Not there. Oh my God!
Yo, DJ, we're here again. Man United 3, Copenhagen 4. What the hell happened?
Oh, man. You know what? That's kind of one of the weirdest games of football I've seen in a while. Just all I can say is bad luck. But again, it's those individual mistakes and individual errors which are costing us. And it's been sort of like our pattern all season. You know, some of the goals we conceded as well. If you look across the season, it's similar type of goals we're conceding. And just players, again, not necessarily the same players, but players, again, making mistakes that are just leading to, goals going against us.
You know, there's been a lot of talk about just the manager and tactics and this, that, and the other. How do you rate the way Ten Hag tried to set out for this game? Do you think he did all he could, or do you reckon there was much needed? He could have done much more?
I looked online, I looked on social media. I see a lot of people talking about why did Ten Hag take off Højlund? Like, it doesn't matter at that point because the damage is kind of already done.
Playing up front for that long by yourself is...
and he's having to run in shadows and stuff. And he had some of the ball today. He scored 2 good goals. But he's a striker that presses relentlessly. And to do that over 90 minutes is taxing, innit? And you got to save him a little bit from himself, I guess. But in terms of what Ten Hag did in terms of setting up, I was impressed, man. We had control of the game quite early on. We was playing football, something that we haven't done across the season. We was matured. There was a lot of mature performances out there. We scored very early on, something that we haven't done in a while. And we looked confident. We looked settled. We looked compact. We looked like a team. We was defending well. We was attacking well. We was 1-touch, 2-touch passing. And we brought that in 20 minutes because I remember when we was watching the game, it was a little bit stop-start from the beginning. Some weird stuff was going on. But like for at least a good half an hour, we was solid. Do you know what I mean? And the referee has a big part to play. He has blood in his hands, in my opinion. I'll say the word corruption. Yeah. Honestly, they did everything in their power to not give us that game. And then we helped them by shooting ourselves in the foot. Yeah.
Again, corruption FC is a thing that everyone's complaining about, VAR and these stuff. But again, this is football now. This is football. Yeah. We've seen so many, while we're complaining, into Salzburg, so many games where the handball, bro, was such... I don't know how to play this game anymore.
Yeah, like, I'm not going to lie, I don't even know the rules anymore, to me. No, honestly, I don't. Because, I've seen players with hands by their side, gets given a handball. Obviously, if there's contact and the ball hits the hand.
The Maguire
one was a
criminal. Because if they was going to give one, I would have thought the Varane one. Because that looked, if it's the Varane one, I said, it looks kind of clear.
Right, and that's the one where I'd have I would have still said it's harsh, but I can see it's a clear strike on the arm. Yeah. With Maguire, it's a coming together with a player, the ball's like just fumbled into them, it's hit his arm. And even when their handball, we had to beg for that. We had to beg for that. And it's only because the referee kind of boxed himself in a corner with his decision, he had to give that. He didn't want to give it.
He didn't want to give it. Because the first one, he never, this is in the inconsistencies, right? With the one that happened against us with Maguire, he was so adamant. He didn't go and check on his screen. He said, give it. This one, he was like, actually, let me go. And do you see how long it took for the decision to be made? So that's when you say, well, where's the consistency?
Yeah, and that's the thing. And that's what worries me in the game. Like, look, on the stream, I said Rashford's one wasn't a red for me. Don't get it twisted. After seeing it back a few more times, I can see the argument. I can see the argument. But I can also see the argument for why it should be a yellow. Just because, 1, the intent. 2, his eyes have always been completely on the ball. He hasn't even looked at the man once. He's making a natural action in stepping across a player. The players come from behind him towards the left of him, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. That's why I think it should have been a yellow, not a red, but I can see the argument. But the Maguire one, for me, mad.
Listen, where does Ten Hag go from here? Lifting these players up. Do you feel like he can turn this round?
He can turn it around. I liked what I saw today. It's a shit result, a shit set of circumstances. Again, niggling issues that we have been having with this team. However, I cannot fault the manager. we cannot fault the manager
for individual errors.
Exactly, and on social media, people are saying, "Get Ten Hag out." Like that isn't on him. That definitely isn't on him. I think he played the best 11 that he could. I think tactically we did what we needed to do today. But again, it's dotting the I's and crossing the T's, and we just have a problem with doing that.
Listen, man, we move. Next game is against Luton. Man United is somehow still alive in this group. It's not mathematically over, which is crazy, but they have to do a madness. Can you see something happening, or do you think it's over, give up?
I think it's over. That's just my opinion. I hope it isn't. I hope it's not. I just think that when we start leaving our destiny in other people's hands, it never really works out. And I think today Copenhagen were there for the taking. The opening 10, 15 minutes, they were giving the ball away. Shocking. We was all over them. A lot of possession, a lot of football. I think Ten Hag can bring them back. I think they can. I hope he can. And it's just on to the next one, really.
On to the next one. Big up. Thanks a lot, bro.